Hi guys, so I did the additional graphing problem number 2. So a class collected data on how many times in the past 14 days they had exercised. Here are the data. So first we're going to create a dot plot by reading the data and counting how many multiples there are of each number. Each multiple will be represented by a purple dot. So there are 2 zeros, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3 5s, 4 6s, 2 7s, 2 10s, 2 13s, and 3 14s. Then I'm going to label the bottom number of days and the top how many times in the past 14 days the students had exercised. The dot plot shows us that there are 2 students that didn't exercise at all out of the 14-day period, meaning that they didn't have time or didn't choose to do so. There is also 6 students that exercised about every other day or exercised for 1 week straight, then took the second week off. Lastly, it shows us that 3 students were very consistent in the 14-day/2 week period and had exercised every day. And that's maybe because they're trying to reach a goal of theirs, or they just really enjoy the exercise. And then for the histogram, I'm going to group our data into 0 to 4 days, then 5 to 9, then 10 to 14. And then I'm going to label my x-axis number of days exercised and my y-axis number of people. This histogram shows us the data in 3 groups, which means that there's 4 students that exercise 0 to 4 days, 9 students that exercise 5 to 9 days, and then 7 students that exercise 10 to 14 days. So from reading this histogram, there's 5 more students that exercised 5 to 9 days than those that exercised 0 to 4 days. And as you can see, that's the biggest gap in our histogram. Although the number of students that exercised 5 to 9 days and those that exercised 10 to 14 days isn't that big of a gap because there's only 2 more students that exercised 5 to 9 days. So in conclusion, it shows us that the largest number of students, which is 9, worked out 5 to 9 days out of the 14-day period, meaning that most of the students in the class enjoy to exercise, but not every single day. And the least amount of students, which is 4, worked out 0 to 4 days, meaning that there's a small amount of students in the class that rarely exercise. So in conclusion of the whole histogram, this tells us that a majority of the students in the class like to exercise because obviously the biggest bars are the more higher days exercised. And the lowest bar, which is 4, is the students that barely exercised. Thank you.